Ciao Bella, welcome to Bella Uncinetto. I'm Christina and I'm so glad that you're here with me today. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. No matter how long you've been here, I always appreciate your time. It has been a lot for me this past weekend. I started a reorganization project and I was hoping that I would get to share that with you all. I was hoping, yeah, I can film that and it'd be great because I was going to reorganize part of my yarn room. Well, I got halfway finished and realized the desk that I wanted to put in here wasn't going to work. So I had to rearrange all of the furniture that I had rearranged, and I ended up putting more things in here but not really rearranging things as of yet. So I have two I guess like drawer um, not desks, like side table kind of things. But and you could use them in a living room, or you could use them in a bedroom, or you could use them in an office. They're really well thought out. But they're under my desk. However, this desk that I have in here is very small. So they fit under the desk fine, that's not the problem. But now there's like this much space. Let me see. Yeah, this much space for my legs. And my legs will fit um to my knees, and then I can't go any farther. So I can like put my legs in and kind of lean back, but there's no way for me to scoot my chair all the way up to my desk now. So then I had this like hutch type of thing that was on top of my desk um, in my like library-ish area. And it's not like a separate room. It's just like I put up bookshelves and put a desk and kind of squared off a space. But that's the desk that I wanted to bring in here. And it didn't really work out. So uh, now my yarn room is even more of a mess than it was before because I'd pulled things and I was moving things, and I got overwhelmed and I stopped. So the hutch is on top of the desk, and there's a space where you could put it's meant for like a desktop monitor. So you could put a monitor in there. And when I worked from home during COVID, I put the monitor for my work computer in there. And then I had my laptop, my personal laptop, on one side of my desk, and then my work stuff was on the other side of my desk because I had my monitor and then my laptop, so I had dual screens and things like that. So uh, it was lovely for that, and it's lovely in here too. It's a lot because the desk is small. So the desk is about 20 inches like wide, and the hutch is 9. So it takes up almost half the space of the desk. And I even pulled the desk out a little bit from the wall and pushed the hutch up against the wall uh, so that it's almost flush, but about 2 inches of it is off of the desk to give me a little bit more space. And it's fine. It works out fine because the majority of the hutch is on the desk, so it's not going to topple or anything. And it has the wall for support. But now it just feels a little bit more crowded in here, you know? And that wasn't the goal. But the other desk is too big to fit through the door. And it would have taken up, it's about 31 and a half inches wide. So it would have come out another, about this much farther. So it would have come almost to, like I'm sitting back from my desk, and it would have come almost to where I'm sitting now. Which would mean I would literally have no walking space in here. But I would have a bigger workspace because I wanted something where I could have like my puzzle set up ready to go if I was going to do a puzzle, but then I could also do a tutorial on the other side of the desk. but then have the hutch in here so that I could have my computer and camera all up here. So I could film, puzzle, craft, tutorial stuff, all that. But I didn't think about it. I was driving myself insane. Okay? Like, this is not gonna work. Now I'm just gonna have to be like going, bringing stuff, carrying stuff for different spaces. And I was like, Christina, stop. I have this whole space over here, and it's way more messy than it was before because I was piling stuff from the desk over there because I was going to move this desk. But I had this whole space over here, and this is like a kitchen island, but this part right here pulls out. So if I just clean it off and leave it clean, then I should have more space to do what I want to do, and my camera and my microphone plug into my computer. And my computer will easily, like, I could set my computer on the edge of my desk, and the cords will easily reach for my camera and my microphone if I needed them to. Or the cord, since they're attached to my computer and the cords are pretty long, I can just take my computer over there and do the tutorials and stuff over there. Because I have the drawers in here now, I can organize some of the stuff that's up here and put it in the drawers. But then also, this space over here, I mean, I have yarn that I pulled because I'm still, that fairy dust, you guys, I still haven't touched it. I want to finish it, but it's just so intensive that I don't know. I need to put some stuff into it before I finish school. Like, that's kind of my goal, but we'll see. But I have pictures over here. There's 3 or 4 pictures that need to go up on the wall. And then that would create some space. And down here, there's shelves that I have stuff on, and I could reorganize them, and there's still space on the shelves. Like, there's still space for things. And I could do that. You guys, I was just beside myself. And I was like, I can't. I was so mad at myself. But I realized I have the space that I need. And so now I'm selling the other desk because I don't use it. It's too big for what I need. And I'm just a little cramped in here for a little while. So, I just wanted to come on and chat with you all for a little bit because I need to organize some of this stuff. So if you don't mind, maybe we could do it together because I've already kind of cleaned in here. I still have my cleaning supplies in here, but I want to organize some of this stuff with you all. And I don't have a lot. Like, it's just some of the stuff that I want to clear off. And then I'm trying to think about where I should put my books. So right now, all of my books, so you have this top shelf, but there's another shelf down here. And there's space towards the back if I move my books. But right now I have a couple of things that are sitting there that are like bookending the book, so to speak. So I'm trying to think, because I want to keep them in here, right? This is where I craft, and I want to keep them displayed. But I don't know where that could be. Maybe if I clean off some of this and hang some of the pictures. I'm not going to hang the pictures with you all because I'd have to like go get the ladder, go find the stuff to hang it on the wall, not break my neck while I was climbing up the ladder to hang it on the wall. And I'd have to push this stuff in, which means I have to clean this stuff off anyway. But maybe, I wonder if my books would be too heavy for this though. Because this, I don't know, some of you may be new here. When I lived in America, this was actually my shoe container in my bedroom. And I used it for, I could fit probably 3 pairs of sneakers. Not like big, like running sneakers or whatever, but like Vans or something like that. I could fit like 3 pairs of Vans or something in there. I don't have 3 pairs of Vans, I have one, but I could fit, like, if I put them all beside each other, I could fit 3. Flip-flops, I could probably fit like 15 pairs of flip-flops in one. But it was nice to have shoes, and then I would have socks and things like that. So it was all kind of like organized in there. But when I got here, I didn't need it in my room because my bedroom upstairs, actually for an Italian house, has closets, which is rare. And there's space in the closets to put things. So I didn't need that to organize because I had the space. So I was like, oh, that'd be great down here, but I'm worried that it might not hold the books. So, because it's like a plasticky material and you put weight on it and they kind of sink in. So you can't put anything super, super heavy on top of it. But then over here, anytime I would want to craft, I would have to move the books, because even if I put them up against the wall, I would have to move them. But I could maybe, I don't know. I was thinking maybe if I rearranged one of these cabinets over here, I could put the books. So I have this big cabinet over here. I'm going to move the camera, okay? Don't close your eyes if you get motion sick, but I'm going to move the camera. So I have this cabinet. Ooh, there it goes. Sorry, guys. So I have this cabinet, right? And this cabinet, this big space right here has all of these tubs in it, because this was originally an entertainment center, and I got it in North Carolina. The knobs are mine. I got those from like Hobby Lobby, but I wanted to put like shelves in there of some sort, like build something in there, because the top one up there has 2 shelves, and then the bottom cabinet, I'm not going to show you the floor because the floor is an absolute mess, but the bottom cabinet has 1, 2, 3, 4 shelves, and I wanted to put like some sort of, even if I did it with like plastic or whatever, put some shelves in there, but I never got around to it. And this black, oh, you can't see, yeah, just underneath this tub, there's a black kind of like drawer that pulls out, but it's not super well organized in there. I mean, I know where everything is, but somebody else coming in would be like, that's a mess. So, and I have some things pulled out for one of the Manfella Mals. I pulled some yarn out of there and caused an absolute avalanche, and then I just shoved it back in there because I didn't want to deal with it. But I have some space. I was thinking maybe up on one of these cabinets, if I rearranged the yarn up, you can't see my finger, up here in the top, this cabinet, if I rearrange some of the yarn, maybe I could put my books up there. I don't know. Do not know. But yeah, moving the camera again. Sorry, guys. That's kind of what I was thinking. I don't know if it's tilted now. It's tilted. I'm trying to stabilize it. Okay, that's a little bit better. So, I said I was going to organize, and I haven't even started organizing. But it's just all kind of overwhelming because I thought this was going to be a quick, easy, swap some stuff out, move it around. I should have known better, huh? I should have known better. And then I have a crochet class this week, and I was trying to pull out some scraps for that, and it's just been a giant mess of things to, oh, I moved the camera again, sorry friends. But yeah, so I don't know. What do you guys think? What would you do? The hutch doesn't really have like a space for books unless I put it where I now have my computer. That's not a bad idea though. But then I would have to move my computer every time I wanted to craft something. Because my laptop is not like a tiny laptop. So, I mean, it's not gigantic, but it's not tiny. So I would have to move, if I set my laptop on the actual desk, I could put my books in there. Maybe that's an idea. Or I could shove all the yarn to the side and put my books up there. Because I even thought I have some calic shelves on the other side of the cabinet. And I thought about moving some of the yarn in there. But those cubes are so full of yarn, I wouldn't know where to put the yarn if I took it out of there. Because it's all, I mean, it's all on display. Just don't know where I would put it all if I moved it to put my books in one of them. Because I don't really have the space. You know what this tells me? I need to buy yarn. I did though. I did buy. Okay, so another thing that's going to be coming up on the channel at some point, I bought a new ball winder. An Italian one though. So I'm going to buy that and open it with you all and review it. Because I broke the other one. I didn't mean to, but I did. I broke it. So okay, let's do some organizing, shall we? But that's going to be coming up. So I have my other Men Fella Mals project that I have to do. I don't have to do it right now. It hasn't been chosen, but I have the Asteria Doily and the subscription yarn project left. And my subscription yarn is Lether Co yarn, which means that I would have to cake it up, and it would be harder to do without my ball winder. Not impossible, but harder. And I thought I need to buy a new one before I get to that project. So I did, and then I need to figure that out. I don't even know what I'm gonna make. Like, it hasn't even been drawn for me yet, so I hadn't even thought about it because I'm still working on the pillow. But okay, let's start organizing some things. So this, I want to keep this because I want to buy more of this. This was really good actually, so I'll keep it there. That's an envelope. That's a card. I don't need the envelope, but I'll keep the card. Stickers. I have a place for stickers up there. These are my Fibers of the Forgotten stickers. Alright, my little guys. And then these stickers came with this that I got. So I have those. This is a sticker. Yes, this is a magnet. I could put this. No, it won't stay. Oh, kind of stays. One of my lamps, the pole is metal. And I have a little sign that says, "Oh my stars," because it reminds me of Ingrid when she says, "Oh my hat." So I have that there, and because it has a magnet on the back of it, so it will stick to that pole, but I put the ink and trinket magnet, but because it's not as thick, it doesn't stay. That's alright. So stickers, I have a bookmark, I have, that's kind of a card. Okay, and then I have stitch markers. So these are stitch markers that I got from the Fibers of the Forgotten box. I never took them off of their things. Because I wanted to look up some of these companies, but I can keep the cards separate, I guess. And I have, I didn't realize when I got it, I have this thing that's, I think, what's her name? She has a TV show, like a cooking show. She had some yarn and stuff at Walmart. Pioneer Woman. I didn't realize it was Pioneer Woman. It was at a flea market antique store kind of place. And it has 6 like little drawers, and they all have a different design on them. And I thought it was really cute. I didn't realize it was Pioneer Woman. Not that I wouldn't have bought it if it was, but I thought it was like something somebody had made. And then when I got it home and I like was trying to clean it off and I flipped it over and I was like, oh no, this is Pioneer Woman. So I didn't pay a lot for it, but still it was like, oh, okay, well, I could have like found this online or something. I'll put these in here. I have this I got from Hobby Lobby. It's chipped in a couple of places, and it was chipped when I bought it, so it was on deep discount at Hobby Lobby. I paid 49 cents for this thing. But I'll put the stitch markers in there for now. And there's another stitch marker. Oh, here's a needle. That's a nice one for pulling through long projects. I'll put that back up here. And then I have some of these little bags. I have a whole stash of these in here. So I have a whole stash of little organza bags, and big organza bags, because Wool Warehouse, sometimes you can say you don't want the organza bag, or you can say you do want the organza bag, but Wool Warehouse will send your yarn in an organza bag if you want. And then I have, over time, when I've purchased things or whatever, or people will send me, like if I buy stitch markers or something like that, I will get them in little organza bags, and I save them, because when you when I send things to other people, like especially if I'm sending stitch markers or something, I like to put them in a little baggie if I can. Oh, that reminds me, I'll keep this out. Maybe not this big one. Maybe there's another one. I have to send Kay she won my birthday thing, and I have the yarn sitting here in a box, but maybe I should put it in an organza bag. See, this is how I get distracted. I was supposed to be cleaning that off and organizing, and I was. I pulled out some organza bags. But I wonder, are they all the same size? No. Okay. Yeah, so I have different sizes. So I could maybe put her yarn in a bag to put it in the box. That's another big one. Yeah. Okay. So I have the box. This might make it a little easier. It might not, I don't know. This might be a horrible idea. We'll see. I'm not going to show you what's in the box, because if I show you what's in the box, then, I mean, I guess I can. I mean, Kay doesn't really have a channel, so But then maybe I just tell her not to watch the video. What do you think? Don't watch this video, Kay. 25 minutes in, don't watch the video. So Kay won my birthday, one of my birthday giveaways. So I did it where I had two winners. One won a gift card, Amazon or whatever they wanted. The other one won $25 worth of yarn from my stash. So Kay won, but Kay has wool sensitivities. So I'm also putting some other little goodies in there for her. I had to go through my yarn and make sure that what I was sending didn't have any wool in it at all. And I keep my yarn separate. So my cotton, right, is in that cabinet. Acrylic, a lot of the acrylic is in the calyx shelves and the this other cabinet. But then all of my wool yarn has its own shelf, like in the calyx shelves, that's all wool. Or wool blends. That way I know what fiber I'm grabbing, if that makes sense. Okay. So, let's see. And I tried to get a mix of things that I know she could use and I know that she would like. Because Kay already has a huge yarn stash of her own. But that doesn't mean that she wouldn't like yarn that I'm going to give her. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to give her. So I'm giving her this one giant skein of Bloom, Premier Bloom. I'm going to put that in here. And then I'm giving her this Karen Simply Soft Rose Garden. Made a baby blanket out of this and some green. So there's that. And then I have these, and the ball bands fell off of some of them, but I have 4 pink. This is like an acrylic style yarn. I got it when I first moved here from a discount store, but some of the labels came off. So I have 4 pink. See, they don't stay on, they pop off. I have 4 pink and 2 white. So I'm going to put those in there. I'll drop the white one. I dropped the white one. Okay, so that's one bag. And I'll put that in the box. Okay, and then I have this other bag. Let's see if this will fit in here. I think it will. Let me turn it this way. There we go. That'll be better. Okay. So then I have this Red Heart Roly Poly. This is discontinued, but she makes a lot of things for her grandchildren. So I thought that would be lovely. And then Hobie Universe. Oh, this one got stuck when I was putting it in the other box. I'll tuck that in there. So I have 2 of these. This is color number 15. And I have 2 of those that I'm going to put in there. And so far, this is all like acrylic polyester. But then I thought that she would really love some cotton. So I have these 2 summer cottons from Silky. This is an Italian yarn, an Italian cotton yarn. So this is like a lavender color and like a sand color. So I'm going to put those in there. And then I have this. This is also an Italian yarn. Lang yarns. Maybe it's German, but it says made in Italy. But this is baby cotton. I have 3 of them. They look different, but they're all the same colorway. They're all the same, even though they look completely different. But they're all the same color. 786, 786, 786. Yep, they're all the same color. So I have 3 of those that are gonna go in here. And then I was gonna put in, I won't put this in the organza bag, I'm just gonna put it on the side. This is Premier Home Cotton. This is the colorway Poolside. I bought a whole bunch of this when it was on sale, and I still have some over there, but as you can tell, I've got a ton, and I promised her $25 worth of yarn, so I'm gonna put at least $25 worth of yarn in this box. And then I've got some other little bits and bobs that I'm gonna put in there. But look at that, I got rid of 2 organza bags, 3 organza bags in the process, because I put some, oh no, come back little stickers, don't go into the light, Carol Ann. It makes me giggle every time I think about it, because my mom's name is Carol Ann, like her first name is like separate words, Carol Ann, and I used to tease her like crazy. And because she was alive when that movie came out, the Poltergeist movie came out, and she used to get teased mercilessly. And then once I learned about the movie and I saw it, I was like, that's your name. So then I say it to her often. But anyway, I have some other little trinkets that I'm going to put in here as well. And then I'm not going to seal it up yet, but I will. Ooh, that's heavy. This is the box. So there's that. And then I can put my other organza bags back. And that all started because I had 2 organza bags on my shelf that I wanted to put away. Now I ended up packing a box. That's where my brain goes, friends. That's where my brain goes. So put that away. And then this is a big organza bag, so it needs to go. On top of that one. And then this goes on top of all of those. And then this box had the yarn in there. So I can, this bag is actually really cool. I know they're starting to do it in some places in the States, but they do it here. In Italy, you have to bring your own, I mean, you don't have to bring your own bags, but if you don't bring your own bags to the grocery store, you pay for them. But this is a really cool bag. It's actually from the States. You can use it for like produce, or you could use it for wine, or you could use it for fruit or whatever. But I like taking this bag to the store because it helps me sort things. Sorry, it's loud, I'm sorry. I'm trying to close it, friends, I'm sorry. Okay, we're gonna put that out there. And put that with the rest of my grocery bags. Okay, so now, let me get these. Where are we? Oh, we're at 34 minutes. I've been talking for a little while, I'm sorry. Oh no. Okay, so I have these sets. I like to make towels, like towel toppers, and I got all of this out because there was a craft fair coming up, and I missed it because I was busy with life and I didn't get these done. But I was doing, I have Winnie the Pooh sets. This was actually one set. I was two of these, and there was one set that was two of these, so I took it apart, and I was gonna put like one of these and one of these together as a set. And then I have red and gray yarn, because I thought that matched really well. You can see. So I have two of those sets actually here. Oh, see, here's my other one. And I was going to do those for towel toppers. And then I have this set that I was going to do with some black yarn. I used to have an Etsy shop when I was in the States. And I would sell these, but I don't know the rules about the taxes and the, like, living over here, but like doing all the Italian, if there's an Italian tax that I would have to pay, or like the American tax. I don't have anything in my Etsy store anymore. But I still like to make them. So then here is the next one that I was gonna do. This says Plant Good Thoughts. Plant Good Thoughts, right? And then I was debating, because I have this cotton. This is Water Lily. I love this cotton. Or I have this one. It is Periwinkle. So I didn't know, because this one has a lot of color in it, if the Water Lily would be a good idea, or if the solid Periwinkle. I wanted to maybe use a navy, but I don't have a navy cotton. And I thought the yellow might get too dirty. And there's already a lot of pink in here. So I don't know. I don't know what I was gonna do with those, but I had an idea. And then I have one more set over here. I lied, two more sets. Just kidding. Two more sets. I have this chef set. I love the chef. I know it's kind of kitschy and kind of like overdone, but I love the little chefs. And I was gonna do that with this one, this like maroon, what is this called? Aubergine. It looks maroon to me though. It doesn't look purple. It really fits in, but I also have, you know what? Now that I think about it, I also have like a chocolate color that I could do. Because I have this red, which is burnt sienna, but I was going to use that for these little cardinal towels. I thought that would go really nicely with that one. So I have all this stuff that I was sitting here, and I was like, I got all this stuff out, and I was going to lay it all out right on the craft table and do all of that, and then I haven't done any of it. Because I take, these go in here. This is a tool called an edget. And this is what I use to poke the holes in the towels. I use little like crafting clamps to hold them even. And then I poke the holes in it. The first row takes me probably about 20-30 minutes. Because you have to line up the hole, punch the hole, crochet, punch the hole, crochet, punch the hole, crochet. And I do a single crochet when I do it, because if I do a slip stitch, I find that it bunches really tightly. So I like to do a single crochet instead of a slip stitch. But yeah, so there's that. Um, and I think that's an okay start. This is a 40-minute video, and I just keep going off camera and pulling things. But it was nice to chat with you all. Um, now my desk is covered in stuff. And not um, my crafting table. So I didn't get much further than making a mess somewhere else. But I will persevere, never fear. Uh, but I'm gonna click off and do something with this yarn, and hopefully I'll see you again real soon. Until then, be well, be safe, and be the change you wish to see in the world, everyone. Ciao bella!